What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Josh and I'm here back with another tutorial, and on this tutorial we're going to be giving my guy a drop fade and cutting it down to a 1.5. But before we hop into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Let's get it. So the first thing that we're going to do before we cut anything is comb his hair out, and we're going to lift all the hairs up off the scalp. You want all the hairs lifted up off the scalp because when you come back with the clipper with the guard on, so the guard will be able to catch it. If the hair is laying down too low, a bigger guard won't catch that hair. So we want his hair lifted up as much as we can. So right here we're going to be cutting his hair down to the height that he wants it, the height that we're going to be fading into later on into this haircut. We're going to be cutting his hair down to a 1.5 with the lever all the way open. Now this is the 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open, so it's kind of closer to a 2 but a little bit shorter than a 2. And as you guys can see, it made those waves pop even more. So right after you get the hair cut down to the height that you want to go in and use the trimmers to start your first guideline, which is your ball line. And since he's getting a drop fade, as you guys can see, I started at a nice arch and I dipped it down low and I curved it around under the occipital bone to the other side and made the other side look exactly like the opposite side. And the reason why we dropped it so low is because he's having a drop fade, so we want to keep as much hair as we can towards the bottom to make this fade a longer fade. As soon as I'm done setting in my guideline, I go back and hit the bottom of the guideline with the clippers facing the opposite direction, softening this line out, so when we come back and take this guideline out, it's going to be an easier process. So right after setting in our base guideline, I'm going to come back with my Black FX clippers with the lever all the way open with no guard on, going up about ½ inch, following the same shape of our previous guideline. We want it parallel all the way around at every curve. That's where you want it to curve at in this new guideline. So right after setting in that guideline, you want to go in with your clippers halfway closed and start under the line and flick up to the line. Now when you're doing this process, you might have to open and close the clippers as you go because some areas might not fade true to that halfway open. So sometimes you might have to close it and then gradually open as you get to the top. So right after getting that guideline out, we're going to go in with my #1 guard with the lever all the way open, and we're going to go up about another ½ inch, following the same shape, staying parallel to the guideline that we made. So we're going to curve when it curved, and we're going to come back around and go over the ear at that curved shape that we made with our first guideline. So right after going in with our #1 guard all the way open, setting in the guideline, we're going to be doing our fading down process. So we're going to drop down to a #1 guard all the way closed and just start under that line and flick up to the line. And we're just going to be blending this line out slowly as we're walking down in our fade. So right after softening up that line with the #1 guard closed, we're going to come right behind that with our half guard, and we're going to start with the lever halfway open, and then we're going to start under the line and flick up to the line, and then we're going to gradually close it, taking this line completely away. So right after taking out that guideline, we're gonna start our fading down process from the top of the head down. We're gonna be starting with our number 2 guard with the lever all the way open, and we're just gonna go up and just fade and take out any bulk that we don't need, making sure that it's blending good on the sides. And we're just gonna walk down in our fade and take out this guideline. So right after going in with my number 2 guard, I drop down to my number 1.5 guard, and we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the 2 with the 1.5. So right after using the number 1.5 guard, we're gonna drop down to our number 1 guard with the lever all the way open, just blending right into the area. And right now I'm just really doing detail work using the corner of my blade, just blending in those dark areas, in those tight areas where the hair was being stubborn. We're just getting those hairs moving and just blending it up. And right here we're just going to be blending his beard into the side of the fade, and I'm just going to start with my clipper all the way open, then close it halfway to get that guideline out, and then I'm going to work from biggest guard down to the smallest guard, starting with my number 1.5 guard. So right here I'm just going to be doing my lineup prep, taking down any long hairs in the front that are sticking out or just hanging over, and then I'm going to come back with my holding spray and my blow dryer, and we're just going to get this hair to lay down real good and freeze it in. Right here we're going to start our lineup process using my Babyliss trimmers, the same ones I used to make my first guideline. As you guys can see, these things are hitting. I'm going to sit back and let you guys just watch the lineup process. So after lining everything up, we're going to go back with some hair fibers per client request, and we're just going to add some pop to this haircut and take it to a whole nother level. After applying the enhancements, you want to line it up right with your natural hairline. And when you use enhancements, you can see through it, so you can see where you left your natural line at. And you want to just shape it up and get it looking nice and tight. And come back with holding spray and lock it in and blow dry it and just get it to freeze. And it will not come out as long as your clients take care of it. It can last probably like 3 days. So right after we done getting that lined up crispy, I came back with my razor, and we're just going to be getting this beard looking super sharp. You guys, I can't lie, we got my man back. Just look where we brought him from. He needed this. We made those waves pop. We made that line super crispy. He on point, man. You can't tell him nothing. Just watch to the end of this video. Check out his fit. But YouTube, without further ado, this is the cut. Let me know what you guys think about this haircut. Leave a like and leave a comment. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Joshxbarber. Before y'all leave, y'all gotta check out my guy Fit.
All right.
Crispy clean, man.
Yes, sir. Check out the fit.
Check out the fit. Light work with it, man. Light work, you know what I'm saying?